Hey there, growing nation. Today we talk about how to avoid injuries in arm wrestling. Hey, it's Cal from omnipotentgrowth.com. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to remind you to bring up the speed maybe to 1.5 so you can get all the content, because some of the videos are not so short. So guys, just to let you know, I'm recording all of your questions, so one by one everything will be answered. I have a great one. Can you make a video about avoiding injuries in arm wrestling? So I will make this a theoretical video and explaining a bit about what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but I plan to make also a video about the dangerous positions in arm wrestling, which will explain a bit further. But before that video, I think we should get some stuff out in the open, because lots of people are not aware of those stuff, and you are making your arm wrestling career not so bright. So what are the key mistakes that people do to make themselves injured? First of all, most of the injuries come when you go on the training table with your teammates and you have like something like a personal vendetta with someone, and maybe the guy is a little bit stronger than you, but you want to give everything that you have so you can stop him and you can make a match or even win. And this type of behavior, this type of mindset won't let you win any competitions. And you remember, I'm not saying that this spirit is bad thing. It's just have to be channeled the right way. So the thing that you want to do better and win against someone, this is really good. This is you can channel this with your motivational strengths and channel it to train a lot, but you should train correctly. So when you go to your arm wrestling training in your club, for example, or to the next club with the guy that you have the vendetta, just skip this match. So train with people that are on your conditional level at the moment. So when you're not rested, for example, you trained 6 days and went to the 7th day to play with a guy that will probably injure you because you cannot give your full 100%. This is a bad idea. So train with guys that are more on the level that you're in the right moment. Make a good warm-up and then see with whom you can play this day. And by play, I mean the second point in our discussion, you have to be in the controlling side. So what does this mean? This means that you have to be able to control your pronation, you have to be able to get your rotation. You don't want to play games that are with lost rotation, with lost everything, and just stressing your bones, stressing your tendons. This is not good. Composurely, it can make such injuries that can last months. You have to remember that 3 months with training with an injury is equal to almost not training at all. Remember that it's best to, when you have a bigger injury, you don't go the next day and try to train like you trained before. You go on the next day and you start with, you start from scratch. You start from zero. You start and see when and where it hurts, and you stop just before the pain. That way you will strengthen the stuff that are not hurting, and by strengthening them, less force will go to the part that is hurting, and it will recover faster. The parts of your arm that are aiding the hurting part are getting better and better and better with more support. The thing that is hurting, for example, let's say your shoulder, it's getting a bit neutralized and not so much pressure in it, but still blood flow goes. Patience, and do this. Maybe sometimes it can take to 2-3 weeks to go. Just stop before the pain, one day after another, and it will go away for good. And also it will be harder to appear next time. So number 3, as I always try to pound on, train your winning angles. So this doesn't mean that you have to train only attack. It means that you have to train defense with the right angles. You don't train defense by letting your rotation go. You don't train defense by pounding only on your joints without any other supporting groups. Train your attacks right, train your defenses right. And when you want to go and grip up with a guy or a girl that is your rival, you rest at least 2-3 days before that. Maybe you can do only warm-ups so the contraction of your tendons is not too fast. You need to be well recovered before serious arm fight. And the fourth tip will be to pull only with the guys that are equally tired as you when you are doing your teammate sparrings. What does this mean is that, for example, you're 1 hour into your training and then someone comes outside of the door and he's totally fresh and you grip up to play with him. This is really not a good idea, and it connects with the other stuff that I just explained. So don't do this. Also, I guess I have one more tip, and it's for competitions. On competitions, always warm up and always apply the techniques that you are training all year around. So always warm up good. You won't lose your strength, but if you go into the match without a proper warming up, and I mean you should be able to go 100% with your strengths before the start, and when you're able to do that, the risk of getting injured is very low. So this is it for today's video, guys. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you again soon.